What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your brewmaster in chief. And tonight in the BrewLab, coming at you from the early access event for Edge of Eternities. Thanks again to Wizard of the Coast for the invite. Got about, 5.5 hours left to go before they cut me off. I've still got at least 3 brews I want to get to before, I stop recording and I just enjoy myself for the last few hours. So I better get cracking. So now, without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew. Simply called Izzet Artifacts. And, I had to get around to doing this one eventually. I might do this. Let's see. We'll BrewLabify as we go along the way. The nice thing about the way they've set up the event this time is you're playing in an event, but you can constantly switch your deck, switch cards in your deck. So while I've been rambling, you have been feasting your eyes on what is essentially a weapons manufacturing deck. And once I stop recording this video, I'm going to go and put some work in. I'm going to try this in every freaking way possible. But the first try is going to go in an Izzet deck. And I think it's going to be potentially pretty good because we have a lot of ways of sacrificing artifacts in red. So like Memorial Vault is one of the new ones. This is free sack, even though it's 4 mana. It's also card draw. Amazing. Because the interesting thing about these munitions is they just sit there. They have to leave the battlefield, right? Before they do what they're supposed to do. So often you end up in these games where if you have all of these munitions and just know where to sack them, and if all I could just do is just sack one of these munitions, I would win, you know? So that's why the deck is full of these, if not free, very cheap sack outlets. The free one is Memorial Vault, but we've also got Gold Saucer, which is one of the lands from Final Fantasy. Completely went below my radar. You can flip a coin and get treasures if you get heads, which is pretty nice because then, artifacts. But the real interesting one here, and it's saved me a few matches, is the pay 3 sack 2 artifacts. You don't get that on much, You have to go into black to do like multiple sack artifacts a turn, sort of thing like that, of a single effect. So having a card in the deck that says sack 2 in a pinch, when you have like maybe multiple Memorial Vaults on the battlefield, I beg your pardon, weapons manufacturing on the battlefield, the effect stacks and it's so nice. What else? I was going through the ways of sacking. Yeah, Legion Extruder. We know this one of my favorite cards from the big score. Finally finding loads of nice homes for this one. This you have to pay 2, but it's just so nice. The 3/3s are phenomenal for many reasons, not the least of which stationing our synthesizer lab ship. More on that in a second. And then the final way is of course the bargain mechanic from Eldraine. So you can sack an artifact, burn something. Sometimes you're forced to doing it to sort of yourself, as long as you can just sack something, But I think that's a pretty significant amount of ways of sacrificing stuff that we don't need to worry about that. And the good thing is, a lot of them serve multiple purposes, many of which I've just illustrated. But the rest of the deck, you have to have artifacts so that when they, when you enter the battlefield, you actually get some of these munitions. And it's not quite as good as, let's say, with the Simic version that I'm still working on, where you play the, what's his name, the something cookie, the one that's a 2/2 and makes a food. That's a 2/2. And if you noticed, the cheaper station cost on the synthesizer lab ship is 2. So you could play the 2/2. It makes the food. You immediately station for 2 using the cookie, And then that turns on this ability, which makes the food into a 2/2. It doesn't have, it's still summoning sick as it just entered the battlefield, but you can now put another 2. So now you've already got into station 4 on turn 2. Not too bad. It's not quite as good with the Gear Drake because it's a 1/1. But it's almost. And if it happens a little later in the game, often then you can just also immediately sacrifice the clue, and then it makes the Gear Drake a bit bigger, and the 2 is enough to do the lab ship. There's a lot of these like weird things going on with this station. I don't know how on board I am so far. The ones that I've noticed being good-ish are the ones that have 2 different station costs, and one of them is really cheap. So Synthesizer Lab Ship definitely in that category. Then we've got Cryogen Relic, which is a nice way to draw some cards. Whenever it enters or leaves, draw a card. Sacrifices artifact, put a stun counter on up to 1 target tapped creature. That's been really nice. Of course, this grows when you sack it. I mean, there's so many nice little cross synergies. I'm really happy to pilot this deck again. It's been a long time since I played the Gear Drake. Back when we still had, I was still playing with the battles, and anyway. At this point, I'm rambling. That's the deck. Let's jump into some games. Oh, whoops. It's a new run. Hopefully, some sweet W's against some opponents with more subscribers than me. I could just take down Croakies. I have twice this event, but he just beat me like right before I hit record. I flooded, was playing mono black. He plays so well, man. I hate him and I love him. I love watching his stuff because I get better. He's freaking good, man. I think he's better than CGB, like honestly by a long shot. I wonder, who do I consider best of 3 of the people that have channels, like even pros and whatnot? I'm undecided between Gab Nassif. Like, sometimes I watch him play on his channel, and like, even though it's very casual, the agonizing over decisions. But yeah, for me personally, my personal 2, like, will never probably be beaten. And I know they'll be different for other people. Actually, sound off in the comments. Who's your, greatest of all time? But for me, it's in terms of like the way that they play, and like the lines, and it's Paulo Vitor Damo de Rosa and Seth Manfield. Just in a league of their own, as far as I'm concerned. See, that's the thing. He does not know that I'm BrewLab. I might have to request a name change. Top Deck City, baby. Pew. Maybe, sorry. Can I get a land, please? It's not. Eh? Isn't it so nice to run 24 land decks and not be able to draw a single freaking land when you need it? It's ridiculous. I guess he might have Ragost. Oh dear. How is this in any way possible? I just don't get it, man. 6-3. I bet you he has the same number of lands as me.
Work harder.
Okay.
You've made a dangerous enemy. This loss is of no consequence.
It's like the red version of the relic. Pretty cool, this. Honestly, might actually have to... Ooh, can't believe I missed that one. Okay. I think it's time for the Memorial Vault. Chill, Winston. You can only cast it this turn. I don't wanna... Next turn we can go 3 sack 2 and 1 free sack and then 1 more off of an extruder. That's like 4, which is a total of 8 damage.
I will seize my new future. Even these strange metals answer to me.
I wonder what he goes for. Maybe the Memorial Vault? Wow, really?
Soon you will.
That's what I would have picked. Mm-hmm. Yes.
This technology is advanced, but
Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Cancel. Hold your horses. Yep. Sweet.
my will is my own.
What a match. Eight. Don't know, man. I don't think you can get me. I could be wrong. 9.
Make yourself useful.
And then 2 for 6 mana. 13. Yeah, I think I'm good. You see why I went for that other 1 point of damage on the other golem last time? Teen. Just doesn't have enough. Thank God. Epic. Beautiful, beautiful moments. Thanks, Malone. That was sick. That was a really nice match. Thanks for bearing with me. Not everybody is so nice, you know? People scoop it up. I've been very, very patient the way I should be, but except there was a guy who like cast a Traxa on me, and he had like razor verge thickets on his. Maybe he doesn't speak English, or couldn't read the. I don't know. There's very clear rules about that in the Discord group. like Traxa. What? Okay, the guy didn't get it because it's still legal in this event. I could put them in. They didn't find a way on short notice to block them out or something. I don't know. I'm sure they'll iron it out by the next set. Nice. Got a fair bit of angels, huh? Bazinga. Okay. Little bunny rabbits. Boing, boing. Yeah, I'm not about to target any of these bunnies. Although it's pretty snake skin veil, you know, that sort of thing. Ruby, baby, yeah. That's a freaking 4-5. That's a freaking problem. If you don't block it, don't block it, don't block it, don't block it, don't block it. Does this one have life gain? No. All right. GG! Oh, baby, that felt good. Oh, baby, that felt good. Like, good. There's a version, obviously, which plays the synthesizer, and then I'm thinking, let's put the freaking red crystal in there and all of that, but that goes like into maybe probably affinity, that kind of stuff. But in the interest of keeping, these videos a little shorter, I've been going a little overtime, and also because I'm running out of time and I want to record more, that is going to have to be it for this one. So jumping back in with some final thoughts. Overall review, the deck's sick. The deck slaps. We didn't even see Braided Net once. It's the type of one-off that maybe you just can cut it and like just go, ooh, you know what? Maybe like a Chandra. Chandra would be really nice. If you don't remember, Chadra. I can imagine Chadra being like the male version of Chandra, or like Jim Bro. Chandra, Spark Hunter, also has a mode there. The +2 is Sacrifice an Artifact. It's a free sack outlet that's plussing your Planeswalker, drawing you a card. No. And then the ultimate is obviously amazing here. So, yeah, I think there could actually really be something to putting this instead of Braided Net. But this is a list that is going to definitely get revisited and then brought into best of 3 sooner rather than later. So stay tuned for that. But that is going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. I will be seeing you all in the next one with another fresh, early access brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.